In San Diego, having a rough time finding a job, perseverance is key. Joining us this morning is Phil Blair from Manpower on how determination and enthusiasm can do the trick. Persistence as well, right?
It is, Brandy. And what a lot of applicants do is they send their resume in, and then they just sit back and wait for the phone to ring or wait for an email to come in. Or they go on an interview, even worse, and say, okay, the interview's over. I sit back and I wait to see what happens. What a big mistake these days. What we are looking for in the HR world is what I call polite persistence.
Okay.
How bad do you want this job?
Sure.
Now, the extreme is stalking me, right? Don't leave me 5 voicemails a day showing how much I want the job.
Once a week?
There's a whole pattern, and plan it out, and it's very subjective on what kind of company, what kind of job. If it's a artsy-fartsy marketing PR job, it might be different than if it's an attorney. But know that from our point of view, we're going to interview 3, 4, maybe 5 candidates, and we're going to go through the process of the first interview and the resume. So you got in front of me by having the right education, training, direction. That's great. And I almost want you to think the interview is your job to lose, right? Because you got down to 3 people probably. But then, if I can't decide immediately between the candidates, you sort of want to sit back and think, well, let it sort of settle in and see which one I think is best. Well, during that time frame, I'm going to pay attention to who follows up with me.
Okay.
As I said, not hounding me, but following up politely. What can that be? It could be an email that day saying, thank you for the interview, great conversation about the new product.
And that's always welcomed, right? A little thank you note.
The email is fine, especially in a high-tech industry, followed by a written thank you note, because that gets there a day or 2 later. And very few people do that, and it really sets you apart.
Okay.
So the handwritten thank you note. And be careful that it doesn't say, dear Mr. Blair, thank you for meeting with me. I enjoyed it. Thank you again, Joe. That is the worst. Because I look at that and go, what kind of employee is that?
What should it say?
It needs to refer to what we talked about.
Okay.
Dear Mr. Blair, it was great. Thank you for your time. It was really interesting talking about the new product that ABC company wants to introduce in Latin America. As I said, I'm anxious to use my Spanish. I knew I studied it for 12 years for a reason.
And I think I'd be a great candidate for the job.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because now you're reinforcing, okay, you paid attention in the interview. It wasn't just a rote thank you note. You also reaffirmed you want the job. You reaffirmed you're bilingual. Right? All these things, oh yeah, that's a candidate that's bilingual
that maybe
already.
The person doing the interview have forgotten about.
Exactly, because they've interviewed maybe 20 people since you for 5 other jobs also. Remember that in HR, we're not just interviewing for one job. So there's the first. Another one might be dropping off an article about growth of technology in South America. Thought you might find this of interest. It was in the New York Times yesterday, right? Nothing pushy, but now you've got 3 reminders. And then as time goes on, until you hear that job is finished, meaning filled, now it might be time to leave a voicemail and call again. Drop by another article, just something about once a week, and you're going to feel what's comfortable until they say thank you, but no thank you, we filled the job, or you know what, come in and talk to us again.
We want to see you again.
That's the magic words you want to hear. But you've been politely following up, not forgotten about it, and therefore they're forgetting about you.
All good things. Phil Blair, thank you so much.
You're welcome.